play that game.
It might not be a lot, but for what it's worth, we played a little bit together with Muter once, and you kind of hard time.
I know Halo 3. Yeah. A lot of hours, but thank you for your donation. There's another $20 one. They booed her because she grew up in a family where Eagles fans. Right? We got there. We got there. She's now rooting for the competitor. Eagle fans are loyal. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I figured Ethan said the MAGA angle, I think, was being booed because she doesn't like Donald Trump or whatever. She's being booed because she's on the other team. He's going to review 50 Shades. We talked about it. I actually talked to Allie about it because she, with her friend, watched all the 50 Shades movies just 6 months ago or so. She seemed to kind of give the like I was like, it's funny as the Twilight series, but she said it's not as funny as that. So I don't know if we'll get to it. I think you can eventually, or ultimately.
Just came out with the Cullen Lego set. It's crazy that they're still making stuff related to those movies all these years later.
They made like their house, their old house. I mean, it is a cool house. It was a cool house.
I'm back.
He's back. He's back, folks.
Welcome back.
I've not heard from Allison yet. I'll let you know if she.
Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison, my aim is true. Elvis Costello.
It's an Elvis Costello song.
Well, no, you gotta,
I mean, we gotta learn it.
it's a
We gotta
great
learn
song.
all the Allison-related songs.
That's a fantastic. Wait, Dan, you've never heard that song? It's a great one.
I mean, I probably heard
It's a
it,
great
but
one. I think I've been saying it to her like on a regular basis.
you know, the Pixies. Pixies have a song called. I know that.
Nobody cares. Elvis Costello.
Pixies.
All right, let's actually do something here.
Let's do something.
So let's go ahead. Take it away. Let's do a journey of bowels.
Okay.
Bowels deep.
Do we want to get into the little tidbit about?
Oh, that's a good name for the segment. I'm sorry, Olivia. Going bowels deep.
That's good for you. I don't want to coin that.
Okay, fair enough. It's your show. It's your segment.
Well, it's your show. Don't you even? Okay, so the Super Bowl tidbit, the little thing. People, like Lena said, were pointing out that Blake Lively was not with Taylor Swift this year. She was with Taylor last year with Ice Spice and Lana Del Rey and a couple other.
Is it that big of a deal? She didn't show up with her?
So, no, because Taylor with Ice, TMZ claims that someone that they definitely know close to Taylor, they're saying that it's for sure that Taylor hates that Blake called her a dragon and had her in the lawsuit.
I 100% believe it because the way that
Same with Green.
it made her look really, ridiculous.
Yeah, TMZ is like, we promise this is real. So they're saying that she's upset by that, but also they were seen together. So it's not like they're not friends anymore.
Whatever.
And
Okay,
Dumois posted that she doesn't really think that that's true. So they're conflicting things, but it was like evidence, if you want to go with that line, that she is upset that she's
Not
not
really.
this year. All right, but let's get into it. You want to?
Let's get right into the balls.
Are we doing the thing?
Is this a tea time?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're doing tea time, guys. Go ahead.
It's not called that. It's called the right.
John.
Wasn't until I came back for the second day to see everyone still there. The first group. More comfortable because for your patient, I talked to them on my first official day. And being able to form something.
I'm going to ask you a question. Who is Worker? Most of you would say if you just get show character blue on TikTok for those young videos, it was the show being very, very funny. Others would say it's a show they watch when they were young. Now, while those are true for me as well, after doing some research, I found another answer. War Girl is God. War Girl is not just a character. No, she's a definition. The basic idea of War Girl is terrifying when you go deeper. It's not just because on a power scaling level, because it's simply saying I have found powers those characters no one else known about, but that is not the furthest to it. This War Girl is not just her powers. She's her pain, and she's screaming, but her own mind and show is filtering it. As a writer, I would like to talk about it for an hour or two. Okay, kick off the intro. Who is Word Girl? This is a question I asked you this very start, a very ominous intro, and answered equally honestly. But there are actually a few interesting answers. Her name is Becky Boxberg, but as a superhero, she's known as Word Girl. She's obviously a kid show character. PBS to be exact, this will be important. She's also a one-to-one Superman parody. Funny fact that the planet she's from doesn't blow up. Her parents just lose track of her, and she wanders off to a spaceship, taking her many galaxies away to Little Earth. There's also another thing later. That's called foreshadowing. Wait, I'm not done. See, before we go on to that, we need to talk about another thing we're from. It's a Marvel character. That's right, there's an officially Marvel published Virgo comic out there, and I read it all for a legal means, not the print version, because it's $100 to buy, not. The comic itself isn't that great. Well, it's fine. It basically is just another episode. It's not a low tier one. It's probably not the best, but it is official confirmation that Word Girl is in the Marvel comic multiverse, most likely being in our own contained universe. Let's go with Wordverse. Now that we got who Word Girl is and some things to remember, let's go into her low-level feats. Okay, so Word Girl is a superhero with a few powers, more than a lot of the Superman comic has and variants. The basic ones are always flight, strength, and durability, with Word Girl having all those, but also having super speed, super hearing, enhanced sight, and also apparently a cold breath, which she generates by freezing the air as it leaves her lungs. She also sometimes sucks up the air like a vacuum into her lungs, so she just has super. She also can sit on clouds, apparently. This is an actual ability in a wiki. I'm just going to be very good against villains. It probably could kill Homelander with this one alone. She also is resistant to mind control, which could be part of her genius level intellect. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Word Girl being Word Girl is, well, Word Girl. Fuse, well, she's not. This Word Girl has a complete understanding over all English language. Every word in theoretically other languages as well, as she's read hieroglyphics in Spanish, so theoretically she has access to all spoken or dead and written language. I'm sure that won't ever come up again. Oh, she also has invulnerability. That's it apparently is because her body has some sort of super dense molecular structure and fully charged bioelectrical order to combat atoms when they try to damage her. So yeah, she's fully invulnerable. We'll get more into her exact durability. Guess how good this molecular force really is later. She also doesn't get cold. I can also breathe in space, which is something a good amount of Superman parodies can't do. That's the leg up there. I guess the lung. Two very, very strong vacuum-like lungs. Now that we have her power set out of the way, let's go into the very basic feats she does possess. Okay, so you may get a little confused in like a minute once I start listing these basic, simple feats, as I couldn't find any, but they're some of her low-level ones. Our girl is able to bend bars, also fly through buildings without a scratch on her. She's also able to bend force. Yeah. Oh well, she can throw robots into the sun, the size of a skyscraper, without any effort. She actually does stuff like this a lot, not just throwing giant robots, but like putting no effort into things, but doing crazy things. Basically, a lot of things just seem easy for her, like throwing robots into the sun. This is very scary. This A, she's a 10-year-old, meaning she's not done numbers of her power, but also she can throw things into the sun as a casual feat. What's a serious one? What's a workout look for Word Girl? I really want to like not be on the same planet when she does a workout, but I just want to know. Speaking of throwing robots, well, I'll do math. So I'm guessing you don't want to do math while watching a YouTube video, but thankfully it's quite simple. Word Girl's throwing the robots to the sun in like a second, which is throwing at like 500 times the speed of light. So that's insane, like really, really insane. Because A, she's not even running or flying, she's throwing, meaning she's basically transferring energy, and with the math out of the way, just throw those robots, again, hundreds of times the speed of light. It's hundreds of times that of the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, or almost 15 magnitude earthquakes, which could destroy and vaporize the entire planet. But yeah, that's all the good day's work of our educational PBS kids. Oh, and after looking at more power she apparently has, she has some isn't scary at all, and probably never need to be used to fight a certain evil Superman parody. But I'm sure that's all her powers. Okay, so we've established Word Girl's low tier feats, which are honestly not that low. There's another one I want to mention, the even universal breaking ones. Word Girl basically tanking a nuke. Let me explain. There's an episode where a town-sized asteroid is heading towards Earth, and Word Girl just catches it like it's nothing. It's kind of like if you were lifting some heavy furniture. This is, to put it simply, insane. It's like I've said so many times, I'm going insane. But I digress. She throws this big space rock hundreds of times the speed of light into space, which again is insane. And also because she catches it, she takes all the force of the asteroid hitting her, which is the equivalent of the Nagasaki bomb, and she doesn't flinch. Okay. So we covered all the low-level feats I can really give you, and I can safely say, power-wise, Word Girl's a pretty powerful Superman copycat. But why does that even matter? Why does it matter if this random kid show character is strong and throw things at the speed of light sometimes? They're made to teach words. They would never use their powers for evil. They have no real effect over anything. You haven't even seen Word Girl being gaslit by God yet. But first, I like to do a little less math-heavy analysis of Word Girl herself. Word Girl's associated having to kill Superman with Weave on our side for help. Okay, maybe. Let me explain. Superman is a pretty cool guy. Saves kids from trees, saves the world from evil aliens, does very tough with things, kryptonite, the Flash, is fast, but also a pretty good guy. Homelander, well, not a good guy at all, but he's a supervillain, so you don't expect him to. Same with every evil Superman. Now, is there every anime character ever that my horde of anime-loving audience wants to see? I know you guys probably wanted something like a Bleach video or Dan, but no, you're saying, what do you Word Girl? Speaking of Word Girl, she's probably also a good guy, being a superhero and being like, what, 11? So she couldn't possibly have any evil intent, except when she drops animals off skyscrapers and flies catch them across the planet against their will. Yeah, that's a high-level feat we'll talk about a little bit, but the moral analysis is that Word Girl is insane. The animal question is Huggy Face, a fully sentient living being who just looks like a monkey. He can even fly a spaceship. Not only is she torturing an animal, but she's torturing a sentient being who has no ability to improvise words or favorite things. And of course, his screams can be heard across the planet. Except they can't because she has superheroes. Basically, to put it simply, Word Girl or Betty has an extreme ego, and it's very selfish. This actually on her wiki, and her main weakness being ego, and this counting other beings no work. Sure, she figures out at the end of everything. So usually, it also has a very similar train scene where she proclaims the value of human life before they watch.
Oh. Oh, that's why it's dead.
So, tangent aside, Word Girl didn't really just go rampaging and destroying everything yet. She still has a large ego, though, and is selfish and ignores the very important rules like physics. Now that we've covered Virgo being a menace, let's go into her high-level feats, speed feats, and that's where she's holding restraint. The average 10-year-old can run about 4 to 6 miles per hour, which is considered a good jogging speed. The fastest man, Usain Bolt, was reported to run about 27 miles at his fastest. Pretty following along, the fastest aircraft made by mankind go about 7,310 miles. Big jump, I know. Keep in mind, that's over 7 times faster than sound, which costs about 700 miles. Oh, but we're not done. Lightning is about 200,000 miles. Seems like a lot? Well, there's one more thing. Being the fastest man-made object, the Parker Solar Probe, which orbits the sun, moves at about 400,000 miles per hour. That's a lot. Well, I may have lied to you about that being the last thing, as there's one thing that's faster than anything on this list. Well, anything. Light. Light moves about 67,616,629 miles per hour, which is like a lot. This is because light has no mass, and you can move without taking up any energy, making it very, very, very fast. This is a poor definition of science from the Millivolter channel. You're welcome. I showed you all these numbers before to give you some perspective on how fast light is. 1% of light could still get you from Los Angeles to New York in 1 second. So, how fast does Word Girl make? Oh boy. Well, let's go over some feats. We already know she can throw things 500 times faster than light, which now you better understand what that means. That should simply make Word Girl's punches very, 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 very strong. But I already explained that. Let's talk about her flying speed. See, Word Girl doesn't run. No, she flies. There are about 3 big speed feats to go over. First being her little game of Huggy. Remember how I mentioned in the last section of her playing catch was not only a living creature, but an equally sentient being, dropping him from a skyscraper and seeing how many times he can fly across the earth? Well, that is not only psychotic, but also insane in terms of speed. Word Girl flies across the earth over 5 times in 19 seconds, which is already crazy, especially the fact that she's literally playing a game and is not taking any of this seriously. So that's all. Because we get a zoomed out shot of Earth on one of her laps. In said shot, she's able to make it around the entire planet in 1 second. This is about 1/7 of the speed of light, for about 14% of light speed, which again, 1% was crazy, but this is not the end. Apparently, in those 19 seconds, also able to find, buy, and put on a hat from New Mexico. This is proof she most likely has to have some sort of flash time perceiving reality slower, or how else would she perceive reality to enter revealing it by a hat? Another feat many folks don't mention, except one person I found on the wiki comment, is a feat made by Word Girl when she was a baby. If we remember how I said it would be important that Word Girl just got lost and wandered to a spaceship, well, this is part of the reason. The other part will come later on. Basically, she brought into the ship Captain Huggy Face, who's the biggest pilot on their world. And as they're going on its way, she wakes up and startles him while they're flying deep in space. They end up crashing into a meteor, getting shot way off course. To save them, Huggy crashes onto a faraway planet, being Earth. The question here is how far they travel. Well, first off, when this is explained, we're told Lexicon is a galaxy far, far away. When they comment on the wiki just shows the closest galaxy to us. This is a lowball, though. It could be way, way farther. The closest galaxy is about 2.5 million light years away, which light years, if you don't know, are the amount of time in a year light travels, and how long it would take for light to get to a place. Oh my god, but why is this entire video just a lesson on what light is? Now that we have distance, we should look at the time. Sequence of shots in the backstory don't really show everything we need, but it does show that it takes about a few seconds to hit them to show them crashing to Earth. This will be a crazy durability feat for Word Girl. She survives falling from A, going that fast, but B, just traveling that far is insane. Except that Huggy also, I want you to keep that in mind, being that the backstory and also the weird inconsistency, but the fact that the parents don't remember adopting her, their brother thinks she's not adopted, and the story itself doesn't really make sense, even though I explained all that math. Together, this feels weird, but I digress. Another non-speed feat is probably her best strength feat, where a character mentions she can lift a mountain painting like it's nothing, and doesn't disagree, and it's very implied she can. So what does this mean for Word Girl's strength? Well, after looking really hard for math on this one, I found the average really strong pinky can lift about a few pounds. Remember, Word Girl's 10, so lifting a few pounds worth of pinky is already impressive. But the quote is, girls can lift a mountain. The average mountain is about 6 trillion pounds. At least that's what I found from math, which I have no idea how anyone could measure that, but I digress. Does that mean Word Girl's pinky can lift 6 trillion pounds? Again, mentioned like it's nothing for her. That's about 2 times 10 to the power of 12, which is 2 followed by 12 zeros over her pinky. Which is weird as so many riders have written them, so it's strength for whatever it needs to be. But one of his greatest feats is lifting what would be 18 zeros. This is hard for him. And, took both hands. So Wargo can lift, well, not that, but very close to it with a pinky like it's nothing. Wargo ain't stronger than Superman. He's when it comes to how much she can lift, which also should affect how much she punches or her durability. Also, couldn't make one of the big calculations, but she also has instant reaction time, has no need to build up speed, and she can just not be moving and then going very, very fast. It's just something a lot of Superman characters, including him sometimes, can't do. For say, Omni-Man needs a large amount of space to build up speed. Just found it interesting. Our major final feat is her greatest feat yet. Flying from the moon to the sun in 1 second. Again, like it's nothing. So what is that in terms of miles and distance? Oh boy. So the distance would be about 93 million miles in 1 second. Light speed in a second is 180. This will work out at 500 times the speed of light. He doesn't agree. Oh my god. We have all these calculations. Word Girl can move anywhere from 500 times to millions of times the speed of light. Because there are, in fact, speed calculations I did not cover, because I'm not a mathematician, even though this video has a lot of math and science, and some of the math I found that did go here, but really is great. You can also survive the conditions of a moving at that speed, which again, moving even is now impossible. Light is now impossible. Respects light, your math would become infinite, but that physically is impossible. The universe does not have enough energy to go infinitely, but because light has no mass, it requires energy. So, what does that mean for Worker? Well, according to science fiction laws, but also logic, for her to move 500 to millions times faster than light, then, well, Worker, breaking physics. Let me explain. For Worker to travel faster than light, she would have to beat herself again at A to B. As she travels like, we can actually see this as she flies, as she leaves the trail behind herself, which would be a visual representation of her outflying light. This would be breaking the concept of cause and effect. To simply put it, she would be on basket the effects of all mass in the universe and to destroy everything. Technically be able to time travel, not already technically time traveling as she beats light, the light she's traveling to. So like being one point simply after doing all the math and science, we can does things that basically don't make sense. We're traveling across the planet without blowing up. So throwing things so hard, the entire planet should vaporize, along with the universe's energy output is over 100 times that of an extra built in dinosaurs. She also can survive Hiroshima, and her pinky alone is the strength to theoretically lift 30% of the universe. She has to be fully vulnerable, as she can pass through light and can survive anything her own. The bottom question is, how is the universe not dead? Well, I think to get there, we must first cover a single perfect hidden from the greatest power of fictional characters, fourth wall. Before I tell you the next very important part of this video, please subscribe, as this video is going to be many ways to months of my insanity. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs, so I'll be posting it in that VPN sponsor, as without it, I'm really a YouTuber. Either way, that's the video. Fourth wall knowledge is a really interesting power. It's basically just a character knowing the fourth wall. The fourth wall being the audience, and the existence of the show and the characters as fiction. People like Deadpool or She-Hulk have gone to the fourth wall. But I do think there's a difference in knowing the fourth wall and breaking it. Take Dora versus Deadpool. I know silly comparison to stay with me. Deadpool always knows his fiction. They can talk jokes about it, and even using it to affect his fictional plot. From jumping panels to trying to watch the movie he's in. Dora does not do any of these things. Dora doesn't really have knowledge of the fact that she's in a show. Question. To be honest, she's more likely to be schizophrenic than have fourth wall knowledge. Now, where exactly does Word Girl fall? Well, Word Girl in the show constantly reference the fact that the show. With Word Girl talking the script, they're joy not following it all the time. But if it was just Word Girl talking to the audience like Dora, it'd be a little less notable and probably wouldn't even have to make the video. But it isn't just that. No, we've left out a very important detail, a vital character, not the most important one. Narrator. All it says it should be. Very well. Eat the narrator. I would put something on screen, but there's no one to put, as he's a disembodied voice. Or is he? Most kids' shows with More Girls Time have a narrator. There is an important difference. Like I said before, this show doesn't just acknowledge the show, but uses it as a key plot point. The part I forgot to leave out last time was that the fourth wall breaks always include the narrator. Most Virgo fourth wall breaks are by talking to the narrator, and sometimes it's obeying him. The narrator is an interesting character. He seems to have knowledge of things, including the script and what. Now that you know of the narrator and how Virgo interacts with it, I can bring up how this is notable. Because knowing the fourth wall and being a show is very interesting details, but without the next point, it's just detail. The detail being, Virgo can warp reality and not just break the fourth wall in a talking sense, but physically break it. At first, I didn't really believe this, as I couldn't find any examples of Virgo using its power to manipulate the world or affect the fourth wall sense. And sometimes true to narrator telling her things, also sometimes it's something that was not in the script, and doing things the narrator somehow did not know she would do, meaning she very much defied the script of the show she's in, but no real power, except for this scene.
Why are you looking at me?
You know you knew where the butcher went.
Even if I do know, I can't tell you. We have a simple way of doing things, and they don't involve me just telling you stuff. And it's formal for you to follow the script and not look to me to give you shortcuts. All right. So you might go. We're supposed to switch scenes before I say.
This scene literally shows her wanting something. The narrator saying, no, I can't tell you. And then she just physically grabs the next scene, puts her head over it, and takes a peek. And looking at this from a logical perspective, then for her body to be over the black outline around the scene, she's basically exiting her fictional world and taking a peek at the next scene from our real world. Our girl can transdimensional travel. At least she has the ability to see into the next scene against the narrator's will, where girl's able to find the narrator herself and combat herself for her own
I thought he was nobody can say that.
About it, talking about the writing like I would with a renowned filming, movie or film. Now the common argument is not. Why are you making an hour-long video of a show made for little preschoolers? The writers didn't intend anything. It's made to teach kids words. Nothing beyond no ratio, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, you're right. The show is made for preschoolers. But it's also very evident this show has a lot of artwork put into it, from the writers to the animators to the voice actors. Like, look at this scene, for instance.
You good girl.
When the girl's trying to say she's not different, she's just Becky, she's normal, the first thing her friend sees is her feet hovering above the air. Not exactly normal, but to our girl it is. And throughout the entire show, it is shown that she forgets her power things different. She's not normal, she's not even human, and this scene doesn't keep violent going, oh, but you can fly! They don't do it right now. Because the writers are good enough to know when to give it up to the audience and let them figure it out. You know, preschool. That's the level of respect Virgo gives to its audience, and I think it deserves respect for it. Sure, they're not an Avatar and Powerhouse, but the show is very much follows the clean age groups. No, this is a show.
Oh, no way.
Even if not every bit was part of a greater theory or story. Another question I know a lot of you, including myself, asked earlier is why the Earth has gotten bloated, or the universe vaporized, or just her feelings turn red taste. Like Virgo's main foe is a scientist who steals cheese. How does the Superman-level character have a hard time with that? Well, I actually think the reason is because it's a show. Now, at first, you may think it's me underwriting the show like my opponents think, but no, I am saying the truth. Girl is a show watched by small children, that is the audience. The difference between other shows watched by small children is Girl herself knows about the audience, and she is warping reality itself, holding not just her punches, but the laws of physics to her will to make the show suitable for airing, all in deep fear of the show being canceled. Don't believe me? I didn't either. So Virgo came knocking to find a new word: censorship. Girl is a hit show, meaning you can't show the world blowing up, because A, there'd be no more show, and B, there'd be a lot of death for our BBS show. Same with turning her enemies. The Pink. Girl doesn't kill them because she's still a great character on Yes, but I feel like there could be an in-universe answer still, especially because Worker and the narrator know about the outside world. So maybe the outside world answer is the same as the in-universe one. The reason Worker doesn't destroy the world is because it's a kid's show. She holds back for the kids. There's actually a whole scene where she tells another hero to hold their punches to build suspense, not for the villain's sake, but for the audience.
Well, yeah, I can break out of this pretty easily.
Superhero needs to know how to build suspense so the audience gets excited.
I'll never break free of this heavy cage with my not strong arms. In fact, I am even it's even possible to come and push my bathroom.
It is in fact possible because you have the calculator. That's just a bad nonsensical joke. I'm sorry, I don't know what I just said. Okay, that's proof that she's holding back. And my personal theory with a little less evidence, if she has some sort of power of the fourth wall, maybe she's using that power over her fictional universe, putting almost a G-rated filter over everything, so that physics itself stops her powers from causing chaos. Because even if she holds back her beats, she does do universe-killing ones. It could also be the narrator doing this, but I'll be going forward just saying it's Supergirl doing it. Okay, we've covered a lot of stuff, but we're somehow still not done, and somehow it's gonna get even crazier. The question I had is why her parents didn't come looking for her. I said it at the beginning of the video, and now I'm going to answer it. They should be able to, as another young from their plan, being a villain, did so and are very easily able to track down Supergirl. So why don't they? Well, I've seen some suggest.
Your body is sacred. Listen to it. She'll be too. This will be your faith. It's the real comprehension.
That's one way to tell people about Boost Mobile's new 5G network. Prior to like
The Cuisinart Air Fryer Toaster Oven is your canvas of self-expression. It heats evenly and is much faster than the oven. It's a shit. A work of Cuisinart.
The reason our parents don't come looking for her is because Lexicon, her home planet, is involved in an intergalactic war with another alien civilization. This would add on to why Huggy is a roller also apparently was on a mission right as Supergirl stuck on board. This is a findable theory, basically leaving the parents unavailable or Supergirl being unheard is best for her. I really don't have much evidence against it except him. Huggy is just so suspicious. Very much trying to stop Supergirl from revealing her identity to her adoptive parents, but for some reason don't remember adopting her, or a pet monkey. Huggy is also way older than Becky, as he was an adult when she was a toddler, driving the spaceship that took her to Earth. This is interesting because it makes sense why Becky wouldn't really want to go home, but why doesn't Huggy, be a literal brother, be a grown adult who goes on dates and flies spaceships? Why does he not want to go home? At first I could see it as it being a war, like if there was a literal war, wouldn't someone mention it? Where else is power? Someone from World's home planet, or the narrator, or the smart girl, she's
Flat 3. I haven't played much this season, so I'm trying to rank up before the 21st and get back to at least Dino.
It's sidekick, but a pet. Look at the girl's sight first. This is a 30-year-old man. I really let this happen. Why doesn't he just go home? Fight the war if there is one, or you don't just go home. Unless I'm allowed to go. Unless there is someone or something stopping him, even forcing him to watch and follow World every move to play a part. Someone sick with the game. I would notice. Okay, let's take a better look at the narrative. There were some things that may have left out when I covered it. Sorry about that. Let's talk about just describing it. The narrative of World is known as the narrator. She also itself on characters and sees all. He doesn't see where World asks where someone is. He says he knows the won't show, except when she jumps in the break room and the next scene. So this feels very similar to another character. So we may ask, one above all. Some of you just went, what are you on about, Noah? The other half just went, no, basically, remember guys that World is signaling the Marvel Comics multiverse, meaning she stands side by side with other characters. characters like the one of all. Who is that fan? But put simply, he's the Marvel end-all be-all most powerful being in their version of straight-up God. He's the embodiment of the writers and creators behind Marvel works and characters. Now, Wargirl is in the same canon of Marvel, and there is a creator behind the show, and the narrative Wargirl is basically just God. The one above all is the narrator. So what does that mean for Wargirl? Well, it means that this PBS Kids Show character is one of the only characters who's ever interacted with the one above all, with the show having easily the most appearance of him as a literal main character featured in every episode, and that alone is just insane. More. Now we know who the narrator is, we can take a better look. Relation extends
Just
the
like,
contract.
do I
There
wanna
are
get
these
mad at
show
teammates?
the
Sure,
characters
why
and
not?
girls out there. There's contract. I mean, that's like her to be her friend. Showing this is the scene between there. Honey, there's plenty of examples of this throughout the entire show. This, when looking at the not really show contract to a cut of a multiverse, forcing a character to do something, and the contract being some kind of soul contract makes you look at things way differently. Are we finally done? Well, I thought we were, to be honest, until I had a single thought. Not today. I would regret just stepping down a rabbit hole. I had to dig myself.
Where the hell did you go?
No one on this space. Without what is the Wargirl universe is an ongoing universe. It's carefully built on the whole earth made by the one above all. This should explain why the universe is a very weird one, how its tone is so different from Marvel, why PBS of all places in the area, why this made the backstory of Huggy older definitely. At first, I thought she could be a Beyonder baby or something, which is a really strong Marvel alien species, but to be honest, there wasn't really any concrete proof on that, and it just seemed like Wargirl could be a random powerful being that even the one above all is interested in. This isn't the rabbit hole that truly broke me though. What is? What if every villain, main character in the show is taken from another universe? Some sort of weird Wargirl kid show filter warps them into a different version of themselves. Maybe I couldn't find someone for Wargirl, but she is the main character, and the reason for all this. For the side characters, well, that's where things interesting. Huggy Face. Well, I couldn't find any monkey characters in the Marvel multiverse who were similar to him, but then I thought outside of the box. Stay with me. Universal owns Curious George. They once owned the Hulk, who is a Marvel character. The one above all is the writer and embodiment of creativity and producers, aka the studio behind the creations of Marvel characters. Therefore, all the studios ever had access to Marvel characters, which means that the one above all should have control over all the characters owned by any company who's ever had access to a Marvel character at a time point that seems outside of time. I want to take Curious George to the Wargirl universe. I can't believe her for Wargirl versus Huggy Face. This week even says he likes fine face. I'll play fine face. This intergalactic alien monkey, except he's not an alien. It's Curious George. Even
I'm
tonight,
looking at the
we're
game mode
breaking
Assault,
everyone the Wargirl comic.
and it says I have to be a level 5.
Do this comic.
Why? I'm a level 16.
I think that's all. That's all.
Not the damn
Right?
thing.
They're banning
It's
me.
the one
No,
above
wait,
all.
I can
I've
do
actually
duels.
all characters.
Well, I can't do a
beyond any studio who is under a crossover with Marvel characters. Does that mean this comic run where DC and the MCU crossed
Let me
over?
just log out. Log back in. The game's so
Would you mind both
Yeah,
ones
let's
being
go,
able
let's
to
move
decide
up, let's
if we
move
can
up.
That one was stolen from the. Do you remember the thing with cheese loving crap? Okay, I think we're finally done. I'm so sorry to any headphone user. Is what I would say until I know this. I was drawing a wiki page and found a credit for a voice actor who was well known for his third character, Tom Kenny, voice actor for TJ. Girl's brother. The one above all is the embodiment of all creative people behind the show. He is the embodiment of Tom Kenny, which means any character played by Tom Kenny is an access to the one above all. Oh my god, SpongeBob is Marco's brother. He broke TJ doesn't like lemons. Guess who also doesn't like lemons? SpongeBob is next over. SpongeBob is a superhero by an evil organization called Lemons. Oh my god. That was a lot. I know my else was a little bit insane, and I'm so sorry to headphone users, but what can I really say? Studying Wargirl lore for this long to drive anyone to me. But I'm like that. Really? The other stuff I just said is true. To take the basic idea that the narrator, one above all, manipulate the situation, roll around for a girl so she never prayed, making it so villains fight her, so her friends call her, and whatnot. Why? Well, think logically. Wargirl has already been defined as a very, very powerful character, but not in terms of strength of speed, because there are plenty of characters who are also very speedy or strong. No, she's powerful because her ability to manipulate and break through the confines of her reality, and the narrator, one of the fools, must have known that, and throughout the show, they were defying him and
No, last season, I think I stopped at Diamond 1. I was just about to get there, but I don't know. I could check after this one. I'm pretty sure I hit Diamond 1, but now I hit Diamond some. But that's what I'm trying to do this season.
No. But also being one above all. Did not know that. Doesn't know about or can't do. That's why her entire life is carefully built to hold her, to distract her. Because if she breaks, the world is in danger. But be real and let's be honest, that'll live.
Oh yeah.
It's good. She is a good.
The reason I played so much is because if I did, I would already be Diamond Plus. But my friends wouldn't all play with me, so I tried not playing as much to not rank up. But they're still, they just hit Gold 3. So it's like, and I've been playing for a day and I'm already in Diamond, so it's kind of like, I just might have to solo queue the whole time.
This answer one. The Brooke video, I've been listening to crazy beats, connecting shaky gods, sometimes connecting things that actually make insight, making some fun commentary, which is what in the end I'm trying to do.
Is no one taking care of Iron Man?
So I want to get
Or is that on our team? No,
this crazy beat I forgot to mention. No, because the end of this video is beginning to a story you'll never see because it was cut before. Let me explain. You do not know Workgirl was canceled. Which is really funny because throughout the entire show, Workgirl herself does make some slight hints that she is very worried about the audience and them losing interest. Meaning, if you think about it, this is like her worst fear come true. Now the show ended with a finale that even with how crazy this entire video is, this finale is what actually broke me. Now, what was the finale? Well, it was two things. First, it was really action-packed and really delivered on what the last few seasons of the show were building with an overarching story between Workgirl and another alien trying to manipulate her in being evil and helping both of them take over the world. It's beat for beat. We'll season one really, but you already
I'm here right now.
For the first time in her life, she either goes to search and knew or fight off an invasion, but she can't stop her friend from leaving. You think so? She knows everything apparently, but sometimes, even when you assume you know everything, you don't think the least expected. Working on the possibility and assuming in your own answer, you've seen it all. Every episode goes the same way. Workgirl fights bad guys, wins in the end, always has hugging her family. You doesn't. And guess what? That's how the show ends. The show ends with Workgirl crying on her knees because she doesn't feel super anymore. But her friend says she's not even human. What does Workgirl do? Her friends don't want her. Her mentor just turned out to be an evil supervillain, omni-man her way into Earth.
Oh, how he missed? But I know he's mad. He got mad he missed and just came to me. I don't know if my phones are in a good spot.
Maybe the show went off air because the finale was just too dark. The filter that was put on it, the filter broken. Now what? Here. More three.
This is real firepower. Your powers are mine!
I am ready to put on a show.
I can't get through there.
Now you can save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile. Use fiber-powered internet at home and reliability on the go. Do more. $5 a month when you add Cox Mobile.
No, I'm dead. I'm alive.
What do you think of when I say SpongeBob? Maybe it's the ever-arching grip on our capitalistic consumer mindset with SpongeBob merchandise making $16 billion. Or maybe you watched it when you were little, and your mom didn't really want you to, but you watched it anyway. Loved it ever since. Or, maybe just a fun kid show where a sponge annoys an octopus. All perfectly good and reasonable answers. But personally, I have a better one. SpongeBob is an elegant horror deity first onto the world to break the minds of children. A grown man. He is not a silly square sponge. After watching every episode of SpongeBob SquarePants once, keeping a careful notebook of everything I found, then diving down every rabbit hole and fandom physically possible to the point I had a shovel in my hand, I can safely say that this show is not normal. Neither is its fandom. Don't believe me? Let me show you. This is a 17-part series about Gary and SpongeBob being a fourth-dimensional dolphin reincarnated deity that is a part of a super race that war is moderating the SpongeBob show, which exists on a different plane of existence. This is a creepypasta about Squidward unaliving himself. I know YouTube makes me say the silly words of the real one. This is a 10-part series of SpongeBob theories that ended up turning into a meta-commentary horror film about YouTube and viewers. And this is Bikini Bottom 4. No, we're not ready for that. I need to prepare you. See, I'm going to really show you all that I found and even the true meat of what the internet did to SpongeBob and how he went from a little square sponge to an eldritch horror with hundreds of niche, bizarre fan communities. We need to ask a simple question. What is SpongeBob?
I want Cloak and Dagger. There they are. Popped up when I.
What is SpongeBob? I want to know exactly what humor it uses when those major shift. Don't say there are.
Let me get Cloak and Dagger. Oh my.
Mainly because my ever growing teams of water companies. Because, well, I also don't like modern SpongeBob, but I still feel a representation. See, what most people qualify as modern SpongeBob is anywhere beyond Season 5, which sure, was fine a while ago, but now Season 5 aired 18 years ago. I personally find grouping 18
Oh my
years
god,
of
I got
back-to-back
spoiled, girl.
content.
I was looking right at Cloak and Dagger.
The hunter guys, don't say I embark on trying to create a better way of talking to SpongeBob, which I'll introduce using Brad. My favorite segment. No, poorly. The first category is old SpongeBob. This is between season 1 and 5, with seasons 4 and 5 not being looked upon as great, but having some great episodes, and more importantly, being actually old. The second category, spanning from season 5 to 8 or 10, whichever you want, would be the era of gross out humor, where SpongeBob was truly boring. This era is what most people consider to be the dark age of SpongeBob content, being that it's really, really bad. Well, as you expect, very gross. I'd like to try and figure out exactly why anyone at Nickelodeon thought this was a good idea. My first guess was, these graphics were popular at the time, and SpongeBob was their biggest property. It was a matter of time before it got hit by the wave. But that isn't really true. SpongeBob always had gross-out humor, even in the old episodes. But there was a big difference. Let me explain. A lot of classic humor in SpongeBob.
I messed up by dating Squirrel Girl. I was looking dead at Cloak and Dagger, but that's okay.
But dialogue-based comedy is the most overarching.
Oh wait, actually, I need to get something.
SpongeBob was gross out humor. But what made it good, and well, not what it became later on, was a combination of dialogue-based comedy and visual-based gross out humor. They also, most importantly, weren't using it just to shock the viewer, like the infamous toenail scene in a later season, instead as a form of irony. Also, just wanted to tell you, there isn't going to be any B-roll playing of what I'm talking about, because, well, looking at some of these gross out scenes, I realized some of them may not even be allowed on YouTube. Yeah, that's right, they're that bad. But I digress. A lot of good comedy, in my opinion, is built on two principles: promise and payoff. These are common writing principles. Well, my favorite form of it is in SpongeBob when the payoff is not expected. So you don't necessarily know the joke halfway through. Do something later seasons simply laugh. Their jokes are one-sided. Payoff because they promise nothing. Things just happen on screen and we're expected to laugh. An example of this is just showing a gross out image. If there's no reason to show, no actual connection. Form of comedy is going to shock you, and it will never be funny. Well, SpongeBob understood, and that's why it's so good. Non-gross. The simple
Season that I could see more stats. Maybe in the stats bar, you idiot.
Another example is Patrick Steve video recognition of my mind from a particular line, which immediately after he says it, he takes a Carson
I know exactly what
over.
I'm
Then when SpongeBob uses gross out humor in this form, and he's sure to use it.
Diamond 2 is
part of
that.
this joke. I know there's an image of how to disturb me, but don't worry. On the mid-season, the gross out humor is solely the gross part. The jokes stop being thought out clever and subtle pieces of dialogue.
But I've actually been having a pretty good day today. Before I got on stream, I won, I think, 4 or 5 games in a row.
That's still Goop Diamond 2.
It's season
What am I
humor
looking
pushes it to the
for?
point where any charm in being an over-realistic image, just a gross, weird visual that doesn't even make sense. This will make the viewers throw up.
I think I started playing here
SpongeBob, at least the general public. As I'm sure
earlier, and then I lost, and then I got off. I guess I lost twice in a row, and then I got off. Oh wait, no, these are new ones. Oh, no. This is the loss. I got off, and then I got back on here. But yeah, I've been having a pretty good solo streak, as you can see. And my win victory ratio is pretty good.
Nostalgia era. Not because what people are nostalgic about.
But yeah, if I play more, no, I definitely. That's what I'm planning to do this season. Especially these last few days, it's still more. They're not going to reset the rank, so you'll keep the rank they were going to, but I guess people hated it on it. And within a couple hours, they send another email up here saying that they're not going to. They're not going to. There is going to be a won't be a reset. I'm pretty sure I definitely will be able to get 33 fall. And if Penguin, if fucking Moist Critical can get the Grandmaster, if Moist Critical can get the Grandmaster, I know I can.
Some are good, others not. But then it repeats the same episode over and over and over again. Ideas.
Oh no, what?
They're going on for 26 years.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's the Lord respect right there.
Similar ideas and similar episodes. Get the episode where SpongeBob lives in Sandy and does something wacky. Great episodes with Krusty Krab. But still, they were all unique and had very original concepts. But now the ideas of modern SpongeBob are simply the same.
I really want to build a solid team to do tournaments.
It's tight. All that. This is an overwhelming mess. To be honest, it's gonna kill modern SpongeBob. Even if there are good episodes in it, they're actually good.
Oh, yeah, if I lean a little too far from my console, it does that. My right one does. I don't know why my left one does.
You know, they all have unique comedy, but the later parts don't exactly be great.
One of the guys in the chat said, I've only seen 3 rare Lokis. I mean, Lord Lokis. Someone saying it's not rare. It only takes 4 hours. I don't know.
Bizarre theories. Why are people making strange out-of-reach horror-esque comments or a little SpongeBob anime? Moving to that. What first thing I had a sense.
I don't think I've ever seen another Lord Loki.
Theorists, I'm sure the numbers are long, but starts fitting unique. Sometimes weird stuff happens with moving unique, like full in-count horror content.
Now Loki is
I
pretty
think the reason why fandom makes so much specifically horror-based content for SpongeBob is because the intentional horror elements in the original.
I don't know why I wasn't damaging there, but okay.
Well, I understand why. Rock Bottom uses direct entire episodes from their
I'm
life.
trying to save you, brother. Nobody? Okay, we have 3 kills.
Onward for voting class, the entire night saw this creepy nightmarish experience where SpongeBob's stress breaks him down. There's actually a lot of creepy and weird imagery. I think this second episode leads
You guys are getting hit from behind. Heavy, what the hell?
Because it's absurdity. As well, not everything that I call horror doesn't mean like that flash-swinging slasher or rock bottom.
You don't need healing, you're back there.
Concept of scary.
Your powers are mine.
We are undefeatable! This place
The fuck out of here. Get off my point. Whoa. I got kidnapped.
Looking for a treatment option that's right for you? Your healthcare provider for more information, visit Entivio.com. With Entivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose.
keep up the momentum.
Little certain humor in SpongeBob as well as that humor. When certain episodes, like Squidward and Clarinet Land, the entire episode is written so it just gets more and more mind-bending, and especially when the characters themselves recognize the horror, it becomes less, ooh, that's crazy, to, ooh, that's crazy. Through the lens of comedy, a giant bird eagle kidnapping Squidward and taking for a forest of clarinets while he's screaming is funny, but when you think about it from his perspective, all you can hear is his screams. Another amazing example would be SB-127. The entire episode has an eerie tone, to say the least, and just a series of horrible events of Squidward. Well, if you think about it from his perspective, this episode is very, very scary. It also helps that being a very weird, mind-bending episode, seeing Squidward can be thrown into a lot of. My favorite example of SpongeBob horror are the ones where SpongeBob horror elements are different. At first, the episodes look like they're scary, but then there are simple, small moments that just catch you off guard. Things you didn't expect, probably wildly different. An example of this would be Teenage Gary, where by the end of the episode, SpongeBob and Patrick to turn into a horrific snail.
No, why do they always do that? You don't need fucking healing, shut up.
A weird, with two bishops having a weird religious debate over who is the true ruler of the sea and causing some crazy wind. This single scene has sparked many theories. You follow the reason why SpongeBob does have a weird fandom, because, well, the show is weird. Sometimes it just decides to have lore, something we'll get into a little later. But for now, let's continue. The second plot of the episode is SpongeBob's almost keeping sound because of a windstorm. This causes a bunch of jellyfish to fall around. It's the music, so he's trying every time he gets to get rid of them. SpongeBob then goes to all his friends trying to find safety, but the jellyfish cause trouble, ruining his life, helping them go away. Pretty hard, if you ask me. So he does, leaving the cave on him with cave for years. Oh, and he grows a beard. The rest of that episode is just SpongeBob being tortured. At the end, we build giant Stonehenge-style statues of himself to mimic the music he makes, but by the time he gets back to Bikini Bottom, it's destroyed by the winds, which still after decades are still there. Finally, we see the mammoth sponge run into the distance, most likely dying a painful death, but no one but Sponge free. Then we cut to 3,000 years in the future, seeing aliens watch the statues, Angelica circle it, and the haunting anthem plays, and finally, that's the end of the episode. Yeah, easily the saddest and scariest of the show by a mile, I'm sorry. And probably in the timeline can be seen as the end, which means SpongeBob's final moments are alone. After the entire video, which by now we're over 15 minutes, and I referenced the bit, but I haven't shown a single bit. Hopefully my side dash haven't scared many of you away, because I trust if it's worth it. See, I felt as if these early episodes are what sparked a lot of the early SpongeBob for content, not just well, the animated series. But now I do think it's time to go into a little bit of actual big content, starting off with creepypasta. See, one major element of SpongeBob creepypastas is the history of hijacking. Basically, the Nickelodeon channel when airing SpongeBob being taken over by a employee using SpongeBob to spread their beliefs. The major one I like to talk about is the Red Nation incident. This is a large creepypasta, one of my favorites, not even because of the original story, but because of how important it was to the SpongeBob fandom. The idea that there was this one big SpongeBob binge of episodes called the Ultimate SpongeBob Bash. Well, but coincidentally, a former employee named Armand Raphael Ramsey, or so called ARR, did his job. He was said to be a deranged, mentally ill former animator at the time. The first episode of the Bash with Weird Changes is the episode
Stop moving.
The exact B-roll right now is what I'm talking about because this is a fictional creepypasta. Meaning there's only really 3 creations of it, and I don't know if I'm playing the exact one, but I'll try my best. The next recording was in the episode Health Wanted, which happened to be the very first episode of SpongeBob.
Okay. 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 Come on, squad, pushing behind me.
Finally, when SpongeBob appeared at the end title stone, he didn't do anything other than stare at the screen shortly until he glitched out, turning into a more crazy expression, staring at the screen for longer. A little bit later, the title difficulty screen showed up for half an hour before cutting to another episode. Well, that's weird. The next episode has SpongeBob talking to Squidward, saying, "My name's SpongeBob SquarePants," and start coughing sound, but then he stops before he finished coughing. The audio then turns into a giant, distorted mess with no intangible audio. Then a few images flicker on the screen, which look like scrolling pieces of paper with text on each flicker saying, "Stop treating us like trash. I know all about your tricks. You can't keep brainwashing infants just to make money, you know. You don't understand the pain we're going through." And then the episode continues on. A famous image appears on the screen saying, "For the reason art is dead." This ideal nature like SpongeBob feels artist, and that more of it as a viewer was in return feeling the reason art was dead. Because what is art? There is no artist. Finally, the last recording. The episode is Valentine's Day.
I wish it would push harder, but they're doing good.
They're 9SS every time.
Man, I know you saw him. I looked up. I almost looked up when he came down. I had the instinct to go and hide and go invisible, but I was like, nah. I think I've gotten far enough. Again.
Here saying message from ARR. The screen faded to black and turned to a wood background. Then a hand out of nowhere slammed different pieces of paper on the pages, each one getting more crumpled and more aggressive. The first note reads, "All of you are so damn negative. Every day, every hour, every minute, you were always upset, wanting better from us. We do the best we can do for you, even though you still yell at us. I am ashamed to be in the same room as you, the same universe as you." The second one reads, "The only thing you do is make a quick box of brainwashing innocent children with your poor, festering attitudes. Are you sad or the truth? You had a video with people, baby. You're a grown man."
Trying to distract them a little so they just walk over the lines.
You, even they tried to. I am done with this. You make me want to vomit. You're sick. The rest of the note seems to be scribbled out, crossed out violently. Then a third note came on screen. Heavily breathing, played, and progressively got louder and louder. Eventually got loud enough until it turned into angry yells, with objects breaking against the microphone. A few seconds later, another technical difficulty screen appeared, similar to the last one. Then a black bar appeared at the top with text scrolling past it. This is the message to all Nickelodeon fans and workers. You are the reason why
I thought I had enough time. Iron Fist is gonna be a problem.
Disappearing. The channel was then down for 2 days, but turned it was really good.
He barked when I walked through the kitchen.
These early projects. I think what's interesting, man, to be honest, is that the retakes that spawned from them, especially in the past few months, for me at least. A lot of them were framed as video essays or documentaries, like this very video, except they dissolved in the rewrite of the original creepypasta, not only bringing it back, but warping it to a better.
Nobody? What do you mean? I don't know.
Good work, right? Quite shortly, well, it's complicated, but also quite simple. It deals with topics on YouTube I can't really talk about, but I'll try to explain. A man is sad on his way home, sees red mist, then does the act that removes himself from the sea. It's quite simple, and I'll be honest, a bad creepypasta. It just uses the basic math or elements you see in so many of these types of stories that make it more ridiculous and childish than scary. It was written by a child to scare their children, and it does that well. But other than that, it's just pointlessly edgy and is amazing that I know. See, I think one of those common things in SpongeBob's fandom is, well, you definitely have watched them as they're huge. The Outfield theories, for example, all have over 100 million views. So let's begin our journey into the very strange series of videos by the creator, Alex Mail, and how they didn't just change the SpongeBob fandom with this show forever. The amazing things about the Outfield theories are not the actual theories, but how Alex used the video to tell a narrative no one saw coming. Let me explain. There are two ways to actually explain these videos, and then you'll notice that as I go on. I'll be explaining it in the way most people, me included, experience them, which started out with a simple William Fancy Sun theory. See, I won't be summarizing the theory as much, even though you would think I would, because there's something more interesting than the theories. See, the real meat of Pendant is in the third theory, top theory. See, at the end of the episode, it cuts from this edited theory to this. If I have to watch so much SpongeBob, so much film,
This is real firepower! Get in there.
Your day ends, demon.
You stopped them in their tracks.
Why would you have a penny criminal defense on case today? So we can start fighting.
Powering up.
Let's get real. No amount of makeup can hide that workout face. In fact, organic drink helps feel strength, so you feel a lot better than you look. Orgain, it's real nutrition for real life.
Old Spice styling products are available in low, medium, and high volts to help you achieve the perfect look. Weird. Okay, let's go to the next theory. Maybe I'll be weird. Okay, and at the end of the next theory, it seems that Alex does the same thing. Okay, he just goes to his desk, goes to the kitchen, but this time, he does this.
Double KO. Only 60 seconds left.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Hey, want to let you know that think I'm gonna take a break from SpongeBob videos a little bit.
Why didn't it come out? What the fuck?
Okay. And
No way! I just did that. I just put my I just put my clone and teleported. I thought it was gonna go to the freaking forward clone, but it didn't. I hate that.
Way to go! That vehicle isn't going anywhere.
I just, I don't want to really make these videos forever. I don't want to be known as this SpongeBob guy.
No way.
Only 60 seconds left.
I don't know why it didn't do the clone I was freaking looking at, but that's okay. Look, there it is right there. I can swap. I don't know why. And I think that's even further.
This is real firepower.
30 seconds. It's now or never.
Oh, this ball.
Okay, let me explain a little more because you're probably a little confused. See, there's a weird story being built by Alex that he's telling for SpongeBob. Because that's the way it turns out. See, Alex is a filmmaker, but those films didn't work out. But these SpongeBob theories, oh boy, these SpongeBob theories work. And that pushed them to make more and more and more and more cycle endless repetitions of the same damn thing over and over to feed the muse. Oh, what's the muse? The story he's telling is a meta one. And in the universe, the story has been making these ideas and theories by a boy like being called the muse. And in return, he gets them shelter and something gives them beats. I do question why the muse gave out.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Like there are other options. The music.
Yeah, I knew better too. Sometimes it doesn't swap the to the clone that you're looking at. I kind of rushed the situation a little bit, so that's my fault. But I figured I was staying right at the clone that it would have went directly.
Which is very funny. Is it the entire?
What are you doing? Studying the menu?
Like the entire concept of art being dead is being wanted to build it. Looking at the views of his films compared to the theories, the real world ignoring air here and destroying the theory. We were the ending for this theory with the special film bit is also cool. I've been trying to explain the music. It's great for the theory. He's right. Concept is what makes the music. But the news is the theme of his plot. So he goes to the
I will not. I can't stand Luna Snow. I'm not a Luna Snow player. I'm sorry, Neymar, Shark Boy.
Until the tree is traced. We're becoming a party. 30 seconds. Stay strong.
I don't know. You could change it. I don't know what the No, I just switched my TV.
2, 1. We need to stop
I'm sorry, I'm coming. I pressed the remote on my TV. Survive. We got here just in time. We have 2 healers already and people are dying like that. Someone switched to Lumen. No, I wanted to get the house.
Simpsons hit around the game.
What the fuck is our composition?
So the idea of beating this game without ever touching the steering wheel sounds impossible and stupid. I'm stupid, and I play games wrong all the time, although I don't think I've ever attempted a playthrough more wrong. Regardless, I'm still going to try and see if the Simpsons hit and run can be beaten without ever driving a single vehicle.
I think I'm solo queuing tonight. Possibly tomorrow. I do want to do something right. Where I play with viewers.
No racing, it was simple run there and back. Actually, on the way back, I thought it was an NPC's car and a very friendly character. Which brings me to the rules of this challenge. If I, the player, am in control of any vehicle at any point, the challenge is over. I'm not in control of this car, I'm on, therefore riding on top of it is perfectly acceptable. I'll be playing all 7 levels and 7 main story missions in each one that you are required to beat in order to reach the credits. I won't be attempting any extra side quests or missions that aren't
Bill
required.
Cosby saying he sucks. He's 0-2, I don't know.
Arriving back home marks the true beginning.
I guess they played with the guy on my team last time.
Race to get Mason school between me and Principal Skinner. But of course, Skinner is in a car and I'm not. Now, you might not know this, but Bowman is not exactly known for being a speed team. So this was already looking pretty close. Even still, I did have some ideas I wanted to try. First off, I tried riding in NPC's car like I had just done, which might have had some potential if they were even slightly aware they were in a race. It didn't stop at every single stop sign. So instead, I tried to see if there was even a small glimmer of hope that Homer could somehow win this race just by running the whole thing. There was not. But he did actually get further than I expected. And this spurred me to keep on trying, so I looked using that shortcuts to give me as much of a lead as possible. I found that behind my house there's a route I can take which gets me to the quickie mark faster than Skinner does. Now this was in no way a big enough lead to win the race, but it did a new idea to me. So my next attempt I ran back around the garden and caught Skinner's approach as he came around. I wasn't sure if this was going to work, but as the traffic slowed him down, it jumped up and landed directly on the ring of his car. Now as he raced towards the finish line, I was right there with him the whole way. I still don't know how to finish the race. The first few tries
I can never seem to get a good... I'll kill like one person with a ult. But I just use Scarlet when we need DPS because... I mean, I guess yeah, we have a... fucking dagger sucking his moon now.
I'm only really one way of winning this race. We really need it now. It's just a little bit of luck, and if there were more attempts, the tides eventually turned it on. Wait. Good stuff. That's not too good.
Spider-Man is... He's the ace? No. But 10-0, we're getting stomped this game. It's because I'm not a healer. Just know that. Because they wanted to boost Namor.
First being the first battle, the time limit they gave was extremely generous. We were able to find...
I hate not being a healer.
Still not dead.
I'm be a healer next game, I don't care. You guys didn't do a good enough job.
thought about the Plow King and start to think about ways I could damage Smithers' scar without being on myself. And honestly, I couldn't think of anything.
Get off healer.
No
One of
idea
you get off healer. Fine,
which
I
is
got
the
it.
instant slip out of the car. I was shown something much worse. A 10-second timer instructing me to get back into my vehicle. This was it, the end of the line. There is no possible way of beating this mission without driving because the game simply does not allow me to be out of my vehicle. So is that it? Is the game over? Well, not necessarily. Brings me to any percent speedruns and this game's overly generous difficulty system. Simpsons Hit and Run is a very forgiving game. If you suck ass and fail a mission 7 times, the game deems you incompetent and gives you the option to skip the mission in its entirety and move on to the next. This feature alone is what makes this challenge possible.
He didn't just go from Neymar to Penny. I have a personal hatred for Penny.
Also missions that we can skip and how many times we fail, which I'll admit was unexpected, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But now, as I head over to
Shut up! I just switched. Are you serious?
If I just skip in the game. I'm only going to use it in situations like that where it is absolutely necessary. But every other mission, I'm going to do everything I can to complete them without driving, without needing to skip. With that cleared up, we've now arrived at Homer's place of work for mission 4. This is one of the easiest missions in the game because it's one we're not supposed to use a car for in the first place. So we can run around and destroy these little robot things the same as what we're doing. Then hitch the ride back home for mission 5, which is...
The Spider-Man isn't even that good.
The only issue is
he doesn't have the Spider-Man combo down.
It didn't take me long to realize that the best way for me to keep up with the band would be to become the band. That's right, the solution was once again to just jump onto the vehicle. This band was a bit more reckless than the rest of them. Certain obstacles like ramps, bad driving, and murdering innocent civilians. I'm not running one over. I had to sort of shuffle around the van to make sure I didn't get knocked off. It took a few tries, but eventually we managed to ride all the way and find that Mr. Burns has become seemingly weird going on.
This bitch did not just go into the chariot.
We are once again smacked. Another mission we are forced to skip in order to make way for the final challenge of level 1.
Okay, you guys want to step into my little ink?
Use our current strategy of riding Smithers' car the entire way. But there was one idea I thought I had to try before doing anything else, which brings me to why I'm beating up Carl and Pavel Pankar. The most famous speedrunning trick in this game is called Carl Skip. In a normal playthrough, when you start this race, the game blocks off the path behind you. This forces the player to take the long way around the map towards the finish. But with Carl Skip, you can push Carl past this body before the race starts, opening up a new, much shorter route to the finish line. What I want to find out is if Homer can run this faster than Smithers can drive this. After one failed attempt, Carl into a more optimal position. With the race now set up, it was time to find out if Homer was indeed fast enough to win this race on foot.
Oh my god.
The game's confused. First,
I feel like our teammates are letting you
game's fine, it's just
ain't even the food.
Holy cow. I mean, I think I noticed a difference when I switched to healer, but...
I think we got it.
Bill Cosby or whatever his name is. I wish he was not Penny, because I don't see what Penny is going to do.
This win, I knew this game was only going to get harder and harder. Level 2.
But I think we'll win. Oh, wow. Spider-Man coming. Yep. That's a nice little combo.
It's a format that we haven't seen. Playing as part of a skip small state to get down to the new Bone Storm game. So our first mission is to run to the train state to pick it up. get a somewhat decent time to do this in, so I started just running towards the goal. But on my way, we encountered Principal Skinner.
Not for when we're trying to push, because she can't really set up her traps unless we get dived on. And we're not really getting dived on like we need traps. Like, look, there's Venom right there. Instead of diving and hitting us, he's in the back. So if Penny had her traps down, I would kind of understand. But I don't see a spider trap anywhere. I don't even see a mine anywhere. And that's how most people that I run into play Penny. And it just has grinded my gears. A good Penny is nice to have, though, when they put their mines down and they're destroying dives.
This mission was a time trap.
Let's move, guys. Let's move.
I'll try. I didn't give up that. I tried. Eventually, I realized how I was going to build this mission.
Step back a little, step back.
There is no time limit. So I just ran over to Moe's. He just found me right outside to call my bid. I hooked inside, the task was complete. This was the same for every location in this mission.
I don't know anymore. I don't think we're gonna win it.
Final part of this mission won't chase me unless I get my vehicle. So I just ran as far away as I could. Pulled my vehicle and got over and I was in. I had successfully escaped from this chase. So this actually ended up.
God. Did he watch me turn invisible? That's funny. I'm trying to keep you alive, dude. Oh, okay.
I again. This part requires us to follow a heat and build its military antiques so that we can pick up an old radio. This would have been difficult, but the van actually spills far enough away that we have enough time to run it front and jump onto it. But it's
So you think switching to Invisible Woman is what we needed here, pal?
This brings us to the second and much more difficult part of this mission.
Okay.
I want you into a race for the radios, but there's just one problem with the format. The only way to start this race is for them to stay. The decision is over, both spawn side by side at respective vehicles.
I don't know why you're standing over there.
Snake is looking for was this race. I'm still back to the start of the mission and after you defeated the group ride this was a mission I hadn't even considered skipping. Unlike the other times I've skipped, there are no built-in limitations stopping me from running this race on foot, so I kept trying. I looked for shortcuts, I tried to destroy this car, searched for anything that would give me some kind of advantage in this race. That's when I remembered who got me through my last race. Once again turned to the speedrun community. Anyone knows the fastest route to run this race, it's them. So I looked at the
Come on, Penny, fight for your life.
They actually got backwards at the start around this giant fence.
Where are you, Cloak and Dagger? Where'd you go?
It's your voice when you get that house car. I can move the rank to get down to the road. So here's the plan. Race starts. I'm going to jump onto a car to get me to the top of this road as fast as possible. Our snake is going around a giant bend to get to the road below. The timing is right. I should be able to jump down and get there just as he's going back around. If I'm there in time. Stuff like this, I can jump onto this car. All the way to the finish line. Since I'm technically in front of him, I'll finish the race in first place and wait. But all that time, we somehow found a way to beat this impossible race without actually treading a car of our own. We have to beat the radio for ourselves. As incredible as this victory felt, it wouldn't be celebrated, as unfortunately Mission 5 is another impossible mission that we have to skip, so we're moving straight on to Mission 6, which is actually the same premise as Mission 5, except this time we are allowed out of here. alcohol is collected the 30% of the explore. Sounds like a lot, but they're actually really close together. It's like,
What are you on? Get out of here, fly. The big one is what I'm scared of. I don't want none of that, pal.
Wait, my assignment. Next time I tried it, I found an elevator that takes me exactly to where I need to be and discovered that we can indeed collect all 30 buttons
Where you at, Club?
without going straight back to imagining 7 minutes long we have to skip. This one hurt a little bit though because it's the first time I've skipped where the game is okay with me being out of my idea. And because there was something needed.
Nice. Perfect. Now I can just follow you in. Get back here.
It's like with the car would keep going around this road. I created a build-up of traffic here and hoped that when the car pushed into the other cars, it might damage it, but this didn't seem to do anything. And even if it did, the time limit was too small to destroy the car fully. I kept trying and found out that if I'm in the vehicle the cell car crashed into, then that does do a bit of damage. Regardless, there still just wasn't enough time to fix. And again, even if there were still 2 other cars I had to destroy after this. I'm happy about it, but I have to accept that the only way I would get past this final mission.
Come on, guys, it's your turn. I got us to the finish. Oh, 2 pops. Venom's in there. Steeler's done. Venom's about to go down. No, I thought I had enough time. I tried my best.
That takes us over this area of various locations as he seemingly has information where Lisa's missing from the bars and it's thanks to Bart.
Minus 17. I was gonna be the MVP. No.
So essentially, this
where the hell did he go? There's no way I just lost.
Which gave me a small bit of hope and it let me off it. Once I saw how many fish there were defined and the distance between each one, I knew there was a 0 chance of us ever collecting them all, so I had to give up pretty quickly on this one. The furthest I could manage was just 9 fish, and just in case you think I didn't try hard enough, even if I got all the way to the end somehow, the last fish spawned over the middle of this bridge, which in itself is impossible to reach without a cow, cementing the impossibility of this mission. Which I was very careful to find was also the case with the final mission of the level. Once again, I'm allowed out of the vehicle, but we are tasked with destroying a limo, which, as we know, just isn't something we can do without a vehicle of our own. I tried for so long on this one as well, and I had what I thought was some pretty good ideas. On one attempt, I jumped onto the limo, and while trying to break it with my feet, I noticed my hit and run meter was starting to fill up. So I keep going, and my hope was that the police might rough the car up for me a bit. But I definitely overestimated the capability of Springfield's police force. On one attempt, though, it does appear that the police car exploding did damage the limo slightly. The chances of this happening multiple times, though, were near 0. And the other issue was, when the police did manage to crash into us, all they did was bust me and despawn. So I busted the entire idea and moved on to literally my only other option. That was to get the biggest vehicle I own, put it somewhat in the limo's path, sit in it, and wait for it to hit us. Yeah, there was just no chance of anything working, so it was time to say goodbye to this level and hope the next would go a bit more in our favor. But that just wasn't the case. The issue.
We hatched a plan. For a tastier Easter, Snickers satisfies.
The Avengers introduces Solo-ish Adventures. Travel for yourself, not by yourself.
I was never meant to be a Oracle.
is limitless. Finding help intuitively when you need it. Introducing the Lenovo Aura Edition AI PC.
The issue I was having was as the game progresses, the missions were getting a lot longer. For example, mission 1 in level 4 tasked us with following the police to Lord Gladstone's shop. I've done missions like this in the past, so I know what to do. If I run straight out my front door, I can hop onto the police car and ride it all the way there. In the easier levels, this would pretty much be mission complete, but now each mission has multiple parts and multiple different challenges to face. So even though we've managed the first part, we then have the task of hitting the donut truck 10 times and collecting each donut it drops. And we know by now that we can't complete any missions that require us to register hits onto a vehicle. So after about 30 minutes of failed attempts, I had to face back that the entire mission needed to be scheduled. Mission 2 is somewhat similar, where we have to follow Cletus's truck and collect dropped items. But I didn't write this one off straight away, because this time we don't have to hit the vehicle to collect the items. There are, however, two other implications that make this mission impossible. Number one is that I can't miss a single item. If I don't pick up a dropped item within a certain time, the challenge fails. And number two is that I'm a middle-aged woman running around like a Minecraft zombie and can't keep up with Cletus's truck. I instantly decided that my best bet at beating this mission would be to ride on his truck and collect the items as they drop. That was easier said than done. When this mission starts, we get transported back into our vehicle. This makes it so that there isn't enough time to jump onto his truck before he drives away. So I had to use another trick that I've picked up along the way. For certain missions, you've seen me attempt to build up traffic in the roads to cause vehicles to crash or slow down. But
Yeah. What type of video you want?
I don't pay attention coming to the Firekeepers Casino on Friday. And he still goes live tomorrow, Thursday.
It's funny. See your mom's house. See, they even saw in the intro. Holy cow, a queue that's longer than 30 seconds. I think this will only happen once before that. This is a rare occurrence.
Those true.
I miss
Yeah.
all my favorites from Man Gets by Gay Ghost.
You're mad, man. Yeah.
And he really gets into it. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel good.
Yeah.
You feel good when you're
It's pretty great. It is really great.
But I don't know. It's a homeless guy who thinks he's really sex. My way up his back. Legs inside. And he's
Talking to nobody.
Yo, I've never seen a Lord heal. And the Lord strange.
his level of passion.
Someone else. Come on, we need more Lords.
No, I would say to most people, you've never had a real person.
And we got a couple, Native Perez, Native Elite.
It shows you.
Sex is in the mind.
In the mind.
That's what I've heard.
Uh,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You're great.
Yo.
Announcement before we go forward that Valentine's Day is fast approaching, and gentlemen, you should definitely get your lady the perfect.
Hey, we had the same plan. We did it at the same time. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
there's all kinds of new photos on the website. You're going to see this lipstick. It's just too exciting.
Also, I would consider these, but also I just have to do like Fancy Chef is offering incredible. They have seen it on the page. He's doing strawberries, candies, and diamonds.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's got it. So, yep, I've seen him play that stuff. If you're delivering, you know. Yeah. He's got a Super Bowl.
That's awesome.
Valentine's. Really.
It's really exciting. But unfortunately,
Look at this, a team of 3 lords. Imagine how many lords. Didn't we get a penny? If I had that penny lord.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't think of something.
He's never said Valentine's Day. Pretty much. Yeah. If you scroll down, I think, oh, right there on the card.
Creating a turret line with Loki is my favorite thing ever, I think. I love just finding long lines and just blasting.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so good at marketing.
So,
and if you haven't tried the strawberries with ranch, do yourself a favor and get on.
I would love to hear. Like, so I hope one of you got the green $500 special. Green strawberries ranch. And it's gotta be good. What about the margin?
These and dimes?
So probably losing money.
For sure. But that's the artist he is.
And he's giving you something.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yes, we have so many.
Okay, are you ready for the show to start?
All right, hello.
Shane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not pushing too.
Oh, stop.
Well,
Stop.
Howard, honestly, I really don't understand. How does this not?
Damn it. Yes, I'm right. Wait. It just makes you really understand what the sexual needs that men have.
Yeah, they are deep. And I also feel like this is a wonderful message to this man, sir. I think that your natural recoil that I witnessed is something to do with the packaging. In other words, for a different man, you'd be like,
Okay, alright, I'll go with you on this journey. Which man? Hold on. In also,
Oh, this is not who I wanted.
yeah, but it's not hot. If it's a dude who's like, if he says it with more confidence,
Maybe he's just trying to work on that.
like, do you think Henry could go like,
Well,
yeah, not my
I think he might. He's not going to say it in a press junket, but I think if you were sitting around or smoking cigars, talking about our life's work, you know, talking about his travels, he was like,
that's what yeah, that's it. That's different.
right. Different. So I'm saying it's the message, the packaging, whatever.
But, you know, with every.
Sure.
With every.
But let's watch this guy again.
No,
So
it's
see.
okay. I got it.
This woman's pussy was beautiful. And I've been about facing it for an hour and a half, and I'm not ashamed.
Can I tell you something?
We're not shaming him.
But here's the thing. He is ashamed. Like the way he's saying it.
Right.
He's like, I'm not ashamed. It's like a shame.
Right.
He feels.
Well, what do you think?
Also, well, I'm saying his body language, the way he's saying it, it infers shame.
Would we be like raised evangelical Christian or something? Weird?
But I also find interesting that he's, you know, is this just someone asking him a question, or is he just like, I gotta get this out there?
Always. That's a really good point because that's a different video.
You fucking stop it.
That's a different post.
He wants to fucking hear that.
Anyway.
I mean, this woman's pussy was beautiful.
I mean, yeah, I guess he's got. Yeah, is it like a support group for men that are ashamed?
You might feel like he hasn't been able to listen to the side of him
for so long. There's a deep shame about You know what? I just realized BTW.
What?
And why do you say it with this guy?
Because you're
What am I supposed
But turn away from the mic,
right? It really is.
But turn away.
And how are you here?
We've teamed up with DraftKings, and with Super Bowl 59 right around the corner, it's the perfect time to get in on the action with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook right now, giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to remember. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using the code BOMB. The round is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets. DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game even more exciting. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code MOM. Bet just $5 on any wager. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code MOM. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms of responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and here's one place I trust, MoneyCounterFlowers.com. Every year I put stunning, high-quality cakes, 1-800-Flowers, like loves business. And this year I partnered with 1-800-Flowers to make sure you're a Valentine's hero. You can offer double the roses, buy 1 dozen, double your good cake, 2 dozen. Nothing way to say I love you without breaking the bank. Trust me, 1-800-Flowers always deliver.
I love the black roses that you got me for this time. You really know.
Flowers, man. Can't lose it. Get flowers.
No.
All roses from 1-800-Flowers are picked at their peak here for every stuff. They should be fresh and sure. That's been doing think ahead this year. Use the 1 dozen of double roasted for free. A great value. Those are selling fast. Watch them order today. Win their hearts and Valentine's with 1-800-Flowers.com. Claim your double roast offers on 1-800-Flowers.com/YMH. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/YMH. Go ahead, what?
I'm forgetting my fucking point. Okay, listen. What I'm trying to say is that I suggest, and I have to thank Dr. Drew, because number one, he really alerted to the fact of how sexually motivated. I was my entire life, up until about 5. I really did not understand. I saw like a TED Talk where this guy was like, men and women talk to each other. Okay, so for instance, men think that when a woman talks to them, it's because they're interested in them sexually. Okay? But women, from our point of view, I'll talk to anybody most of the time when I'm in a good mood. But like I talk to men, and I don't. To men, I would think disgusting, vile. I'm never going to say. There's nothing sexual. But I didn't realize that every time I was talking to you. Why else is she paying attention? Obviously. I mean, I guess like in the past, you would always be like, oh, I just like I like people. I
don't think of you as a people person.
Not now. I used to be. I think the older I get, the I'm tired. I only want to hang out with types of folks I really gel with. Like if we're not on the same frequency, or you're, you know what I mean? You're low vibe. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't explain this.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but some of this is like the context of the conversation. So like, if a man purposely, right? A lot of times, like in other words, just sitting. It's usually a sign of interest.
But for sure. But this guy on TikTok was like, I just assumed when he talks to me, she must like have an interest in me. Otherwise, because men are the way men don't talk to women unless they're interested, right? Like, do you just talk to random broads?
I mean, I definitely don't think that a woman who says something like crazy of that guy. But I also think that there are guys who are usually they're all.
For all my upcoming stand-up dates: Detroit, Atlantic City, Niagara Falls, Mount Pleasant, Michigan, West Valley City, aka Salt Lake City, Utah, Reno, Nevada, Anaheim, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets are still down for my stand-up comedy featuring show. All tickets are $20 right now.
That's where we are.
They just. Sorry about it. So low to it. So low. So low to it. So low. Let's stand down in the lounge, everybody.
Carlos Sosa on the horns.
Who the fuck are these guys?
The mutilating, muling on the electric guitar.
Yeah.
John Dees on
No John Dees. There's the Magnus.
Before we get started, here's a little bit more from the amazing sponsor. Awesome.
Wow. No, my God, there's no way this just happened. You're in my room, God damn it.
Here it's up. Peter Angelo, everybody. Here we go.
What? What about this? I don't give a fuck about the Raiders.
Who you think's not bad? It's just me? Alright, cool. I fuck a lot of dudes, it's weird, I get it. Like this. But like I do, I enjoy it. The problem is, I think guys are like way smaller than me. To throw them around like
It's being serious.
I was for a long time, and then I got bored. I was like, all right, let them do the work.
That material is like people are gonna think you're gay.
Yeah. It has been a drawback. Like, not many ladies coming around now. No.
When you were a straight guy, did you have sleeves on? Like you go, all right, like butt stuff. They got rips.
Yeah, rip them right off. Pants off, sleeves off, gone.
Right, that's all I got.
Absolutely.
Peter, remind us all, where do you live again?
I live in New York City right now.
How long have you lived in New York?
About 3 years.
And what do you do for work?
I was a truck driver. Now it's comedy. Yeah, I was a big lady. But now I teach people to throw axes.
Oh,
So many straight jobs. Even your jobs are straight.
I drive trucks and I teach people to throw axes and I take dicks in my butt.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Pretty impressionable.
It's incredible.
It's throwing the axes at vaginas. Yeah.
Not another one. God damn it.
Get away from me.
Absolutely incredible. Larry the Cable Gang.
Yeah.
Get him done.
Yeah.
Have you always been gay? How old were you when you knew you were gay?
I was a teenager, I would say. Teenager, just...
Is there a moment? Is there something that happens? Are you like looking at a porno mag and you're like, me just like dick or something like that?
I think so. Honestly, the internet was coming around. I just started typing in gay and just wanted to check it out. I was like, maybe this is for me.
What was the first thing you saw that you were like, oh, how do I get to do that?
The butthole.
Yeah.
So what he saw and he wanted to do that.
Yeah. So I found a feminine man, and I was like, all right, yes, that. And then just moved on from there.
How do you go to your parents kids, you go, hey, I don't get the whole bundles in my life.
My dad was like, become a trucker, truck stop. There you go.
When did your parents find out you were gay? How did they know? When do you think they caught on?
I'm not sure because I would say not that I told them they weren't positive. My brother knew right away because he kept taking my computer before I could erase the search history.
Oh shit!
And your brother's like, let me send this email to Google real quick. My account that I have. What the fuck is that black guy? Fuck is that other black guy for?
And your brother let you know that he knows.
Yeah, he didn't.
Did he keep it a secret?
Yeah, he did. He didn't care at all. He didn't bother.
I like how vague you were with your searches too. Like just gay. There's a cock. I'll look at it. I don't care. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what's we have?
The internet just started. I don't know.
Do you remember the first time you blew a guy?
Yeah.
Where was it?
Horrible. They're still going.
Early tonight, 7 minutes in. Red band is a red band. It's surprises about you.
I recently.
Okay. With the female wrestler. Not the most manly woman.
Yeah.
Have you ever been with a woman?
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
Armed and dangerous!
But the other thing they're all really good books. I feel like a jackass for writing this guy my dinner podcast, I swear to God. I took it for a base.
This is real firepower!
They're all criminals. I swear to God, I would cook these guys' ass. What's not telling?
That's what I was looking at. His fucking eyes. He reminds me of Anton Chigurh, you know, from No Country for Old Men, that serial killer. Who killed people with the cattle thing. That's exactly what I thought of. I was like, yo. This is before this is your story.
That's right.
Again!
What did I tell you about fucking cutting holes? Fucking all that.
This is real firepower! Armed and dangerous! Again! Again!
Nothing for a god.
So close! This is your big chance! Those spiders look way too familiar. It's spider time! Only 60 seconds left.
Rise, my friends! Your powers are mine!
Against the world! Glad to help. Hold still and try to help. 30 seconds. The current score is 3-2-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
The right heroes could make all the difference. Round 2,
I
go!
am accused of loving chaos. It is true.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
I outnumber you, Loki officer. So I have been told. I, the Allfather, and countless others. There's such good within you. Why do you hide behind a veil of darkness? I play the role I must to prevail. And it seems
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
many places. My famous hero, I still need you.
Judge, jury, execute! Alright! Final judgment is ready. Final judgment is ready. Your powers are mine! Judge, jury, executioner! I'll patch you up. Night-night, Mo. Don't quite ready again. Born again!
Hurry up! Us against the world!
Hey, Dee! Enjoy the amplifier!
Final 10 seconds!
The moon haunts you!
Final score 3, 2, 0. Another epic victory! Big win! Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard. Why would anyone want order when they could enjoy chaos?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
That artificial lip of yours fascinates me. I'm still getting used to it, but it seems to be doing the trick so far. The way it extends, it reminds me of the tentacles of the most ferocious creatures of the deep. Well, I got a lot more arms than I do, but hopefully one will be enough.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Magnificent schmagnificent. Let's do the job and get out of here. Relay deployed.
Control lost!
I'm
Us against the world! The halfway point.
That is much better. Your powers are mine! I'm Hulk!
Maximum pulse!
Fury's almost yours!
That was a little messed up there. Thanks.
Who dares disturb the sacred archive of Asgard? I outnumber you. Us against the world. Your powers are mine!
The God of Thunder! The Wrath of Asgard!
Another go. Thank me later. I am wily, unreliable, vindictive, and yet oddly compelling, don't you think?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
The weapon you wear is one worthy of a true warrior, mortal.
It's not an enchanted hammer with a fancy name, but it'll get the job done.
Together, perhaps we will be strong enough to knock my accursed brother from the throne he usurped.
You know, God Puncher does have a nice ring.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Whoa. These chrono energy levels are gonna blow up these sentient spiders. Whoever they are, they don't look spider boss. Just like mine.
Maximum pulse!
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
I am Asgard's might!
Much better.
Mission area is yours. Your progress has passed the halfway point.
Maximum pulse! Your powers are mine!
These spiders are cute. They've almost got it! You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
Round one, go!
Order when they could enjoy
30
chaos.
seconds before you attack. Get ready. Hey, Tony. Are we gonna fix all this?
Oh, you bet we are, Doreen. Cracking like a walnut? I know you will.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Doom is a powerful magic adept. I expect we will face each other again. Soon.
Get ready.
I have many faces.
I appreciate you.
I cast you back to the dead. The mechanical arachnids are no more. I'll be shipshape in no time.
Another go.
Co-op time.
The more the merrier.
It's spider time!
Your powers are mine!
Disappear! Vortex field! Disappear! I am ready to put on a show! My friends are here!
The more the merrier.
Look at spider bots everywhere!
Assemble!
on a show!
Leave that to Khonshu! Your powers are mine!
I am ready to put on a show!
Foul creatures, return to the seas
It's
at
okay.
once.
Admit it. You need me. Let's get it there. That one hurt. Do it through like a There! Don't turn back now!
Us against the world!
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. Defenses are down.
Let's deliver this statue of Bast to T'Challa.
Your powers are mine!
The current score is 3-2-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
The right heroes could make all the difference. Round 2, go!
Life becomes a predictable, orderly prison.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
So, you commune with ancient gods once in a blue moon, right, Doc?
But the service after must be exhausting.
I probably shouldn't comment. Khonshu is always listening.
Perhaps.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Either you're on my side, or you're next in line to fall.
Invigorating, no?
I appreciate you.
Inside
the world.
Feel the wrath of the goddess! There's nothing for a god.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
My
Better stop that vehicle!
Opening a portal.
You stop them in their tracks!
More tentacles than Garganta. I unleash the Shang-Chi's power. By the eye of Agamotto!
I am ready to put on a show!
A timely intervention.
Your powers are mine!
Us against the world! Us against the world!
The moon!
That's right. Let your enemies underestimate you.
It's now or never! Stop them! My friends are here! Sorry, better stop that vehicle!
My life was in peril. Thank you.
You are restored.
Oh, grateful.
Don't give them another inch! Or else!
Feel the wrath of us against the world!
Without the other. Time to do some damage.
And here we go again.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
Good medicine.
You have my full support.
Our enemies are near.
Sorry about your squeeze!
Tandy needs help.
You stop them in their tracks! Down to 30 seconds! My friends are here!
Assemble!
I am ready to put on a show!
I unleash the Vishanti's power. By the eye of Agamotto! But
You'll have to keep fighting until you clear!
Thank me later.
right heroes could make all the difference.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
Round 3, go!
Effective and yet oddly compelling, don't you think?
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Your ankhs are maddening. Not my ankhs. Conscious. Even so, maddening. If I'm on your side,
I outnumber you.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
took me years to control this force.
You are restored.
Down to 30 seconds.
That's right. Let you remain steadfast. We have nearly won.
The final 10 seconds. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
That's right. Let your enemies underestimate you.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Leave them to Khonshu!
The Lord of Heaven. You are restored.
I appreciate you.
I still need you.
Keep an eye on me. The current score is 3, 2, 4. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Round 4, go!
If you wish, what society can exist without lies?
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Trickster, where will you make your mischief when the world disintegrates?
Oh, this is hardly the only world.
It is my only world, and I will fight for it. Teams attack here!
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
You guys are actually here, right? Or am I imagining this? A shortcut through space!
The Lord of
I am the strength of the One couldn't win with
Only 60 seconds left.
The more the merrier. Miss Parker has left us a gift.
Us against the world! Down to 30 seconds. I am ready to put on a show. Thanks so much.
By the eye of Agamotto!
10 seconds. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Get in there.
Final score 3, 2, 4. Well, you can't expect to win them all.